Chapter 3 Parliament and the Making of Laws. Question answers from Class 8, Subject Social Science, Book Social and Political Life 3. Page 31. What do you think the artist is trying to convey through the image of Parliament on the previous page? Answer. So friends, I will complete all the question answers from this chapter, so you don't have to worry or see anything else. The artist is trying to show that Parliament is the center of power in a democracy where the people's voices are heard and important decisions are made. It shows that Parliament represents the people of India. Page 32. Give one reason why you think there should be universal adult franchise. Answer. Universal adult franchise ensures that every adult citizen has an equal right to vote, which makes the government truly represent the people. Next question. Do you think there would be any difference if the class monitor was selected by the teacher or elected by the students? Discuss. Answer. Yes. If the monitor is elected by students, everyone feels involved and their choice is respected. If selected by the teacher, it may not reflect the student's opinion. Elections give a sense of fairness and participation. Page 33, question 1. Use the terms constituency and represent to explain who an MLA is and how the person gets elected. Answer. An MLA is a person elected by the people of a particular area called a constituency to represent them in the state legislative assembly. The person who gets the most votes becomes the MLA. Second question. Discuss with your teacher the difference between a state legislative assembly, Vidhan Sabha, and the parliament, Lok Sabha. Answer. Vidhan Sabha is at the state level and deals with state issues. Lok Sabha is at the national level and deals with national matters. Third, from the list below, identify the work of a state government and that of a central government. A. The decision of the Indian government to maintain peaceful relations with China. Answer. Central government. B. The decision of the Madhya Pradesh government to discontinue board exams in class 8 for all schools under this board. Answer. State government. C. Introduction of a new train connection between Ajmer and Mysore. Answer. Central government. D. Introduction of a new 1000 rupee note. Answer. Central government. Question 4. Fill in the blanks with the following words. Universal adult franchise, MLAs, representatives directly. Democratic governments in our times are usually referred to as representative democracies. In representative democracies, people do not participate directly but instead choose their representatives through an election process. These MLAs meet and make decisions for the entire population. These days, a government cannot call itself democratic unless it allows what is known as universal adult franchise. This means that all adult citizens in the country are allowed to vote. Question 5. You have read that most elected members, whether in the Panchayat or the Vidhan Sabha or the Parliament, are elected for a fixed period of 5 years. Why do we have a system where the representatives are elected for a fixed period and not for life? Answer. If representatives were elected for life, people would not be able to change them if they did not work properly. A 5-year term allows citizens to re-elect or replace them based on their performance. Question 6. You have read that people participate in other ways and not just through elections to express approval or disapproval of the actions of government. Can you describe 3 such ways through a small skit? Answer. Scene 1. A group of citizens writes a letter to a newspaper about a bad road. Scene 2. People gather in a peaceful protest to stop cutting trees in a park. Scene 3. A social media campaign is started to ask for better school facilities. Page 35. Use the table alongside to answer the questions below. Who will form the government? Why? Answer. The Bharatiya Janata Party BJP will form the government because it has the highest number of MPs 303, which is more than the majority needed. Next question. Who will be present for discussions in the Lok Sabha? Answer. All the elected members of parliament MPs from different political parties will be present for discussions. Next question, is this process similar to what you read in class 7? Answer, yes. In class 7, we also learned that people elect their representatives who then make decisions on their behalf in government. Next, the photograph on page 28 shows results from the third Lok Sabha elections held in 1962. Use the photograph to answer the following questions. A. Which state has the highest number of MPs in the Lok Sabha? Why do you think this is so? Answer. Uttar Pradesh has the highest number of MPs because it has the largest population. B. Which state has the least number of MPs in the Lok Sabha? Answer. Smaller states like Sikkim or Union Territories have the least number of MPs due to their smaller population. C. Which political party has won the most seats in all states? Answer. The Indian National Congress (INC) won the most seats during the 1962 elections. D. Which party do you think will form the government? Give reasons. Answer. The Indian National Congress will form the government as it has won the most seats, giving it the majority needed. Page 38. In the above question, what information is being sought from the Minister of Women and Child Development? Answer. The question is asking whether the government plans to bring together different schemes for children and what steps have been taken to make this happen. Next question. If you were a member of parliament MP, list two questions that you would like to ask. Answer. First, what steps has the government taken to reduce child malnutrition in rural areas? Second, are there any new plans to improve school facilities for girls in government schools? Page 39. The word arbitrary has been used earlier in this book, and you have read what the word means in the glossary of chapter 1. The word sedition has been included in the glossary of this chapter. Read the glossary descriptions of both words and then answer the following questions. State one reason why you think the Sedition Act of 1870 was arbitrary. Answer. The Sedition Act of 1870 was arbitrary because it allowed the British government to arrest people without clear reasons and often without a fair trial. Next question. In what ways does the Sedition Act of 1870 contradict the rule of law? Answer. The rule of law says that everyone should be treated equally and fairly. The Sedition Act was unfair because it gave special powers to the government to punish people without proper evidence or trial. Page 42. What do you understand by domestic violence? Answer. Domestic violence means physical, emotional, verbal, or financial harm caused by a family member, usually against women in the household. Next question. List the two rights that the new law helped achieve for women who are survivors of violence. Answer. First, the right to live in a shared household safely. Second, the right to receive protection and financial support from the person causing the harm. Next question. Can you list one process that was used to make more people aware of the need for this law? Answer. One process was holding press conferences and campaigns by women's organizations to explain why the law was needed. Next question. From the above storyboard, can you list two different ways in which people lobbied Parliament? Answer. First, women's groups sent their suggestions to the Parliamentary Standing Committee. Second, they organized campaigns and petitions to gather public support. Page 42. In the following poster, what do you understand by the phrase equal relationships are violence free? Answer. It means that in a relationship, both people should treat each other with respect and equality without using violence or control. Page 44. Read the newspapers, watch news on TV for a week, and find out if there are any unpopular laws that people in India or around the world are currently protesting. Answer. As of recent examples, people have protested against laws like changes in farming laws, India 2020-21, internet restrictions or social media bans in some countries, Environmental policies affecting local communities. Next, list the three forms of protest that you see in the above photos. Answer: holding placards and banners during a protest march, public meetings or rallies, hunger strike. Next, exercises. Question 1. Why do you think our national movement supported the idea that all adults have a right to vote? Answer. The national movement fought against the unfair rule of the British. People from all backgrounds joined the struggle for independence. They believed that in a free India, everyone should have equal rights, including the right to vote, so that they could choose their leaders and be a part of decision making. Question 2. In this 2004 map of parliamentary constituencies alongside, roughly identify the constituencies in your state. What is the name of the MP from your constituency? How many MPs does your state have? Why are certain constituencies colored green while others are colored blue? Answer: constituency in my state. My state is example Uttar Pradesh. So friends, different students may have different answers. So I have written as an example here. My state is Uttar Pradesh. My constituency is Lucknow. The name of my MP is, so you should check the latest MP from your area. For example, Rajnath Singh. My state has 80 Lok Sabha MPs. Next, green constituencies are reserved for scheduled tribes (ST). Blue constituencies are reserved for scheduled castes (SC). The rest are general constituencies not marked in color. Question 3. You have read in chapter 1 that the parliamentary form of government that exists in India has three tiers. This includes the parliament, central government, and the various state legislatures, state governments. Fill in the following table with information on the various representatives from your area. So friends, I have written a sample answer. So this answer should be different for different students of the states. Let's see the answer. Party in power, state government, Samajwadi Party, central government, Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP. Your representative, state government, MLA Arvind Giri, central government, MP Rajnath Singh. Opposition party, state government, BJP in state, central government, Indian National Congress. Last elections, state government 2022, central government 2019. Next elections, state government 2027, state government 2024 or 2029. Women representatives from your state, state government 10, central government. Check Lok Sabha website on news. So friends, this is an example. So this would be different for different students. Question 4. Reread the storyboard on how a new law on domestic violence got passed. Describe in your own words the different ways in which women's groups worked to make this happen. Answer. Women's groups worked in many ways to get the law on domestic violence passed. They shared real life stories of women suffering abuse to show the need for a new law. A group called Lawyers Collective prepared a draft bill. After meeting with people across the country, they sent suggestions to the Parliamentary Standing Committee. They organized press conferences, wrote articles, and ran petitions to get public support. They demanded changes to the original bill to include important rights like protection, monetary help, and the right to stay in the shared home. These efforts helped turn a serious problem into a proper law that protects women from domestic violence. So friends, we have completed all these question answers from chapter 3, Parliament and the Making of Laws. We have already studied the short notes, summary and keyword definition from this chapter. You can find the link in the description and on the screen. If you like the video, kindly like it and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe to my channel. We will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.